Hey, it's the 4th day of August 2014, and I just want to show something that I was going through some of my older overlays earlier or yesterday, and I ran into something that I want to show you because this is how this happens with the weather. You see, the weather shows you the history of the Earth, and let me just show you how these are the things that I notice, little things that I notice all the time, almost every day, a few times a day. All right, now I got to go up my list quite a ways here, and right here. Okay. So first, I brought this one. These weren't titled at the time. Let me just tell you that these weren't even titled. I had no idea what I was clicking on. I just wanted to go over some old overlays because all these are all good actually. Every one of them. Every overlay is there for a reason. Okay, but anyways, this is what I brought up first. This is North America, as you can see, Canada up here, and this is during a period like almost a year ago. I was doing Copernicus right here over New Zealand. If you've seen my videos before, then you maybe you remember that area that I was working on. Okay, anyways, this would be like Copernicus right here. This is Copernicus, and this is Imbrium up here. And I saved this from North America one time. Anyways, I was looking at this, and I was like, okay, I need to work with that later. I thought to myself, I need to work with this later, because and then I started clicking on these areas. First, I clicked above it to see why I put this here, because I know why I put it here, but I'm just saying what other things that I was doing at the same time to confirm it all. Anyways, I noticed when I did this that I thought that I needed to look for, like, bring this area up by the Himalayas. This area here would, go somewhere by the Himalayas because Australia has that same curve there. I was thinking about that, anyways, doing something with it, anyways. I don't really remember too much. Like this, putting this in Asia or something. But anyways, what happened was I basically turned this off, and then I clicked on the next, or I left it on, but I clicked on the next one, and it brought me to this overlay. And it wasn't right here in this exact spot, but it was really, really close. It was just like a little over to the left and down or something like that. But anyways, when I was looking at the picture, I noticed up here this area. See that right there? And see this curve right here? That's the Himalayan curve. I call that the Himalayan curve because it's everywhere on the Earth. There's whatever created the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau didn't only create that. It created a lot of areas, a lot of landmass, a lot of the continents. A lot of the shapes of the continents, like the west coast of the United States and Australia, obviously were all created by the same thing, or in the same place, or same hot spot, same volcano, whatever. Okay, so what I saw was this, and it was just down a little bit. This weather pattern, see the curve, and then you see this right here. And as soon as I seen that, I said, "Oh, that's the Himalayan curve." So I just moved it a little bit up to right there. I just had to move it just a little bit up, and you see there's the desert, and this is the curve. And then look at the rest of the land and see what you got. It wraps right around. I didn't even notice this right here when I did it. All I noticed was this weather and that shape right there. As soon as I seen that, I knew that was that, because I was already in the right neighborhood as it was. I was already right in the right neighborhood. So I knew it had to go somewhere in there. And then you see like India, and like this right here. See this area here it just butts up right against those under. It has something to do with this anyway. That Himalayan curve is naturally there. You see it with the desert there. Okay, and you see this right here too is falling into place. See that on this shape right here on the east coast, and then you see the same shape. Look at this. This right here fills that rest of that circle in right there. See that? That's the stuff I notice in the weather. But this right here is, that's you see the land. So what's the deal? Definitely created in the same place. This had to be. This right here had to be with the Himalayas at one time, right there, just like you see it broke off or something. And then here's your in the weather, showing your hot spot right there, up towards the North Pole, right? That'd be up towards the North Pole. North Pole. It's over here, but it's going. You know what I mean? This right here is that's pretty interesting. And then you see like this area. You see this right here. Watch. And you see like the point in Saudi Arabia right there. Look at the land. This stuff just falls into place when I do that. See, all I did was move that curve to the Himalayas. That's all I did was line that up, and everything else just falls into place. That's how I know I'm in the right place when how I confirm things, because the moon does the same thing. When I put the moon in reverse over the Earth, it does the same thing. I just have to remember the areas, the shapes. So at one point, look at this. This right here, these underwater or these seamount, this volcanic activity, these ridges or whatever, could have uplifted the Rockies. You know, who knows? That could be where the uplift came from. You just got to put the little pieces together. That's all. There's a lot of pieces. Then you bring up the today's weather and you see how that fits. You know, the actual weather, and you see how that fits in it. It's like the same. I mean, you see, it's all like the same shapes, following the same pattern to a certain extent, anyway. Like up here, look. I know it's right there in Canada, right there in that spot. I have to go check it out. Something right there in Canada. Where's that at? Right there? Maybe it's that spot, or this one right here, somewhere in there. It's something. I think it's this one. Something right there. But that's how I check. That's the stuff I see. That's ancient weather from the Himalayas right there. That weather right there came. I mean, it was maybe not ancient weather from the Himalayas, but it's showing where the Himalayas used to be at one time. Something like that anyway. Showing something like that. And because you got to remember, this is up here, it's not where it's supposed to be. Oops. But those are the things I noticed. The Himalayan curve is really important, though. I just want to point that out at least. You see it all over the place. You got it here. You got it here in China, right here. You got it here, Australia. You got it here on the west coast, and this is part of the same thing. All this stuff on like above Canada or above the border here. If you bring all Canada down and over look, this coast is the same as this coast. It's like a double. Like it was moved aside and created. It created this area, and then it created this area similar to it. After this was pushed away from the hot spot or whatever, there was like a serious hot spot here, probably in the Pacific. Right here, we see all the islands. This is all volcanic, most volcanic area, I think, that creates continents. So you see the subduction and all this stuff would create the continents, I think. And you see, like it would create this one area, then it would be pushed away by a new or more recent impact, pushed away, and then this area, it would be like uncovered, and everything would become active, seriously active, and it would create something similar to the first continent that it built. That's what it had to be, doing something like that. Either that, or they were all on top of each other, and that's not people don't think that's possible, although it seems to be somewhat possible. Oh, right here. Here's another area. See this area right here? This right here. I did this earlier. Oh man, we should turn those things off. But this spot right here, that's that desert. I put this together I lined up the weather. Yes, I wanted to show you how I did it. But that right there, if you take this area right here, like I did, I'll show you in a second. This area right here, you take it over here to this desert, right here, right there. That's a volcano. That was a volcano. That's 800 miles wide this way. Looks like about 250 this way at least. Okay, so that's all the way at the bottom. You see this right here? Watch. And I didn't just like think that went there. There's a reason why I put this here to begin with. And you see that, and also we have this right here. This is the same thing. You'll see the shape. See, it's kind of curved and then a curve, just like the. Go back over here, and you have a curve and a curve. This one's not as curved as it should be, but there's a curve, and it cuts in and curves back out. I mean, it probably was more curved at one time, but it's still curved. You see it. It comes in like this, and the same thing. It does the exact same thing. Exact same thing over here. Exactly. Look. And it curves in and curves. Here's Central Asia, which is round. I'm not saying it goes all the way out here, but it definitely is the same thing. And then you can take the impacts that I show, because I'm not doing it much anymore where I'm putting the continents together. I'm just kind of showing you how I do it. That's it. Let me show you why I put this here. I think I got it up here still. Yeah. Okay, so something led me over here. I don't know, something else led me here first. And then I seen this. I was real close to this weather pattern that I seen. Right, see this curve right here. It was more defined last night, and it showed this curve really good. And I had this like somewhere else down here or something, but I seen that it was the exact curve as this right here. You could see it real clear last night. It was just like right here. You still see the line, but it's not as defined. So I lined up the west coast there with that cloud pattern, because I know it goes in here somewhere. Everything goes together because it's been either impacted or created or whatever by the same thing. Hot spot, moon, whatever, both actually. Okay, so I lined that up, and then what I did is I seen up here when I did that, I could see this fell right into that area, the desert area, when I did it. After I lined it up to the weather, and I can see it. Look, it dives in right there. See how it curves in? And then I thought that I couldn't see the whole area right here, but I figured it had to be pretty similar. I've seen it a bunch of times. Never really paid attention if it was exactly like that shape, but I mean, I know it has the potential to be that. So I looked. I went over there and I looked at it, and I said, "Well, shit, it sure looks like it, right? You see it? It's the same exact shape." So I saved it, and I took it over there. Basically, use this to line it, in a real quick, and then that's what I get. I should have put a little more in there, but you see it follows the same area. This volcano, wherever this hot spot used to be, because it's obviously a desert now. This is not over the hot spot right now, more than likely. I mean, we could turn on the volcano. I'm sure there's volcanoes all around here. I see them. They're all around here. I know they are. But I'm just saying this one right here moved off of the original series hot spot, because this was a huge volcano wherever it was, and it could be wherever the biggest volcano is right now. It's probably where it was. I don't think this one was Hawaii though. I mean, wherever the biggest one used to be, or something like, there's something underwater one right here. I know that. But whatever created this and created the Tibetan Plateau, or whatever volcano was there, created all this. I think filled this all in, all of that, and then was moved. Or this might have not have been the first thing it created. Actually, it might have been the second, third, whatever. Who knows what order? But it did create different. That volcano did create different things. This was over that spot. I mean, this is all volcanic area here. Used to be, or whatever, still is. And then you got Australia. That desert. If you look in here real close, put it over the top, you'll see the shape in there. It's in there. It's right here. Look, somewhere right there. See it? Teardrop shape. It's in there. I mean, That's all it could be. That's how I notice things, anyways. You see, just got to pay attention to the weather, and you'll see the shapes of the continents in the weather all the time. See South America over here sideways sometimes, like it came right off of here. See this round area here, and then it comes down. There's Europe. That's the same shape as South America. So when I see South America, like down here and sideways in the weather, I put it there and it fits right there. You know, it just you can see it's a confusing puzzle, but it's definitely interesting. This is the same as the Himalayan curve too. Right here, Himalaya. That whole piece fits right here perfectly. It's amazing. So, anyways, Himalayan curve everywhere. Have a great day. That's how I see it. I mean, there's lots more to it, way more to it than that. But anyways, I don't want to keep going on. I got stuff to do today. Later.